What's going on, everybody? It's your friend Will. We're back. This is the Memory Lapse, and our quest today is asking us to play black or green spells, which I think is the perfect excuse to try to put together one more 7-0 with green-black and really drive home, our assertion that this is the best deck that you could be building towards if your goal is to grind events, to build up gold, and add cards to your collection, either through ICR or through spending that gold on quick draft or sealed deck whenever that comes back, or just straight up buying packs, which will flood your account with wild cards. It'll trickle your account with wild cards. Let's go with trickle. All right, so we have a very keepable hand here. We have Wildgrowth Walker back up in case they're an ouchie deck. Looks like they're a green deck, which is good for us. So if Walker and Jadelight Ranger can come up the ground, we'll be able to stick a Karn and just start grinding out card advantage against them. All right, secure our double black. I don't think we want the second one. I might as well attack here. Very likely they're just going to have a Jadelight of their own and attack us back. So does this Chupacabra mean... Yeah, I guess we hold off on Karn for a turn. I should have waited on playing the land. But here we go. And we do want that big boy. And if we attack, they can double block, and we only get to kill one of their creatures. But it's actually probably worth it if they double block to trade Wildgrowth Walker for Wildgrowth Walker here, knowing that they have Chupacabra coming. Well, and they don't take it, which is fine. Or they don't take the trade, they take the damage. The Chupacabra comes down, kills our Walker. Alright. Let's just get Karn going and play defense. We're okay if he takes a hit, as long as he doesn't die. We just want to be able to keep plussing him every turn. They even give us the Llanowar Elf here as a little throwaway blocker. And he is a throwaway blocker because we have to assume that they have Finality in their deck. Oh, Vraska. Vraska will eat a 3/2. No, just pluses. Midnight Reaper will be a very good one to get next turn. So if they have Finality here, we'll probably give serious thought to trading Carnage Tyrant with Wildgrowth Walker if they attack with it. I would expect they would sacrifice a permanent first. Huh. Maybe they're going to go for a second main phase. Yeah, so I think they have second main phase Finality here, and they're trying to see if we'll block with our Carnage Tyrant. But we're not going to do that. Not too interested in that. And now they... Okay, fine, broker back. Yep. Ooh, finality for us. I think we're just going to grab our Midnight Reaper as insurance here. And probably... No, we can't do that. We can do it next turn. So they're going to eat the Midnight Reaper. We draw. Or plus with Karn. Keep the cards flowing. Alright, so if we Finality here, we can take a huge chunk out of the Vraska, which we need to do because it's going to ultimate. And we'll get to play Jadelight. Hopefully find some spells here. So we've gotten quite a few land. Okay. 2 more land. And we have... Okay. And the land are obviously... They're honestly not the end of the world. What matters is that we're just keeping the cards flowing here. We might just take this Vraska's Contempt next turn to remove this Wildgrowth Walker. And then attack the Vraska again. So as we suspected, they did have Finality, which is why they made that kind of wonky attack. Okay. Finally remove this Vraska. Or near remove it. They'd have to, like, throw their Jadelight in front to protect it. Another Carnage Tyrant's pretty good. Just going to keep digging, because every time we find a Finality, we're just going to get to further push damage through. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if they wanted to trade this Tyrant, they would have to block everything. And then we just get to play another Carnage Tyrant. Oh, they did it. I'm a little surprised, to be honest, because they know... Well, maybe they're in a position where they have to do that. But we have Finality. I mean, not Finality. They know we have cards like Vraska's Contempt in our deck. And if they do that triple block and we have a removal spell, then they just lose their board, and we keep the Carnage Tyrant. Oh, they just decided to scoop. So there, the quick Karn just kept us in that game. It kept the cards flowing. Helped us find that Vraska's Contempt when we wanted it. So that was a really good start. And it also showed how potent Carnage Tyrant can be in these mirrors. And I know that that was a card at least a couple weeks ago when a lot of people were still working on this deck for various GPs. There was like a lot of dancing around of like, well, do you want Carnage in the main or the sideboard? Is it something that if you have it main, do you take it out for the mirror match? Because maybe it's not as good as having more Planeswalkers. This deck just has it both ways. You know, we have the Planeswalkers and the Carnage Tyrants. All right. No black sources, but we have Elf into some Explore guys, Explore gals. Oh. All right, so we just need to find some timely removal spells for when they get their creatures in play. Jadelight go. Ooh. Not ideal. But we know we're making all of our land drops coming up. Another land. Well, we'd have, if we did not have these Explorer creatures, we would basically just be flooded out and lose this game. But we've drawn 3 cards off of Explorer. Alright, if they attack here, we're gonna... Oh, they're just doing this to... They have another Arclight? That's so sick. Oh, we might have just... might just lose to this aggro Electromancer draw. They're basically empty-handed. Ooh. This is a nice top deck. I guess we're going to do this. Get 2 damage in. And now they need to get... Yeah, I mean they're just gonna do it, right? Chupacabra on top? No, more land. Well, now I guess we just want Chupacabras, Vraska's Contempts, Vivien Reids, or Explore creatures to keep gaining life and give us redraw opportunities. Or Vivien Reid. Our prayers are answered. Watch as they have dive down here. Nope. Okay, good. We can't block, so we might as well shove damage. We really need an Explorer creature here. None? Yeah, that's too bad. We lost this one. We bricked pretty hard. It didn't look like it was going to matter too much in those early turns, and then they just exploded with those maximum velocity turns. And even if we drew a 1 Explorer, I think that them reloading their hand, it's very likely that after their draw step they have 3 spells, and they're just going to 9 us in the air. That sucks. It felt like we didn't really get to play any cards this game. Oh, we'll just concede. Why are we even playing this? That was very close, though. We were racing them back. And I think we just needed... I don't know, maybe there was... I don't know. We had to play those Explorer creatures early. Like, it obviously was excellent for us. It powered us through land after land after land. So there's no scenario where if we held the Explorer creatures to try to gain life later that it would have happened, because we would never have gotten to the Wildgrowth Walker. We would just have died with even more lands in hand. Another keep, and we actually get to go first in this one. Thank you. Someone's been keeping track. Yeah, that also felt like a game where if we went first, we would have demolished them. All right, Dauntless Bodyguard. We have a bodyguard of our own, sort of. Alright, so the name of the game is ramping into Finality. We've won a lot of games against these token decks that way. Yeah. We're just going to hold back. We don't want to give them an opportunity to squeeze some damage in. Even at 26, the longer the game goes, the more it favors us. And we just need to play in a way that we get to go long. That's it. Ideally, next turn, we'll Jadelight, get another land, and play Druid of the Cowl. Alternatively, if they kind of do nothing this turn and we draw land, we'll just play Vivien Reid plus and start generating value along that route as well. Now, it looks like they might just have no plays here. Conclave Tribunal. Ooh, that makes Vivien Reid pretty spicy. A pretty spicy one here. Alright, unfortunately, no. So I think our play is just to go double Druid of the Cowl. And these are enough to hold them back, so we'll get in 3 damage here. I know if they made this nasty play. Yeah. Let's get back our Wildgrowth Walker. And I guess if they want to trade, keeping them low on tokens is good so that they don't have creatures to convoke out a big march. So they could be doing end of turn march for 3. Okay, no. End of turn march for 3 would have been good enough for them to kill Vivien Reid. Alright, they've got Tristani here. Everything's lined up. We'll lose our Druid at the Cowl. Keeping the Vivien's just too good. So Chupacabra would be a nice one to find. Instead of Wildgrowth Walker, which is also okay. Oh, it tapped that wrong for me. That's okay though. Alright, we're just going to protect our Howling Mine here and hope that they don't have like a Mortal Sun. I don't know that the decks that run Dauntless Bodyguard are likely to have a Mortal Sun. Especially in best of 1, it seems very bad. Alright, so they are jamming. We know that Flourish is not an instant, so we don't have to worry about that. But I guess we do have to worry about other instants here. So I guess we just want to be wary of like +2/+0. And it looks like they're doing all this just to get 2 damage on Vivien. Yeah, okay. I was just going to say they probably have second main phase Tristani. Which we will Chupacabra down. Make their board a lot more manageable for us. I think we probably could attack here, but it's just not worth it yet. Just the risk of making an attack and somehow them getting our Vivien Reid. I'd rather be conservative, especially in matchups like this where we're so far ahead. All right, so now that we have Carnage Tyrant, which we know they can't really answer, I think it's okay for us to attack like this. Actually, even this was bad because of the end of turn march here. They probably can get Vivien Reid off the board. Whether or not that's going to be enough for them, knowing that we have a second Carnage Tyrant, it's probably not enough for them. And this is actually not lethal, which is nuts. But they are going to gain a ton of life. And having this Wildgrowth Walker up would have been great. So these are all going to Vivien. RIP. Alright, so we're just going to pick off some of the ones coming at us. And let Vivien take 18. And we'll take 6. They gain up to 40. Yowza. Another Carnage Tyrant. So the thing I guess we're most worried about is if they have a third Flower Flourish here. I think we would still live though. 7, 8. Yeah, because it doesn't give trample. Yeah, I guess we are just racing here. Let them line up 6 tokens. It just makes their marches worse. And they're hesitating to do that because they know, like, throwing away this board is hard. It's gonna make it really hard for them to win. But we are also drawing to Finality. I'm not sure. I don't think we saw any off Vivien, but I can't remember because I really don't look at other stuff. So now if they line up some blocks in the Carnage Tyrant, we're gonna Contempt away the Loxodon. Chew up 3 tokens. Take them down to 10. Flourish is not good enough here. Ooh, that's a really annoying top deck. I think we do that and take 9. And just reduce some stuff off the board. Alright, just we need a Finality. Yep. Thank you. We were 25 cards deep. We were going to find one eventually. Yeah, and that does it for them. These green and white decks can really drag it out. With all those life linkers, just keeps them in the game, keeps them kicking. Alright, so let's go to the 4th game here, which will wrap up this video. We're 2-1. Let's get this second coffee opened up. Odin. SSU from the comments. This could be Odin from the comments. Alright, we keep this. Oh no, Odin, what are you doing? Say it ain't so, Odin. Alright, well the same basic game plan applies. This card completely just gets us out of any tight spot and leaves us with a huge board. So we're going to try to ramp into it. Wildgrowth Walker is hopefully going to gain us a lot of life here. Yeah. With blue up, I can call that bluff pretty safely. Just want to sit back and walk them into a finality. Yeah, I think we're just going to play Druid of the Cowl and Seekers Squire next turn, because that will get us to a finality the turn after if we draw another land. Although we have had games where one finality is not enough against Merfolk. So depending on how much they add to the board and what they do, maybe we will try to get wider and grow this Wildgrowth Walker some more. But if they just drop like Kumena or something, we're going to have to race to finality. Disperse. Okay. Okay, so we'll play it like this. Why play this over the bounce spell that lets you scry or surveil? I wonder. Which there must be some number of them. In the starter decks, right? Or maybe this is just the Merfolk starter deck, like unmodified, and Odin's just trying to get some quests done. They're playing very deliberately. Oh, hard casting Silvergill Adept. So with land drawn here, I guess we ask ourselves, do we just finality? Or do we just Carnage Tyrant? And follow up finality. That could be good too. The fear though is if they have Kumena and they just instantly grow the team and the Kumena, right? If they decide to block this, that will tell us a lot about their hand. Alright, so if they're making this block, we don't have to worry about Kumena. This is really good for us. And I think we just play Carnage Tyrant. That was like a free attack for information, more or less. If we were going to finality, this was going to die anyways. Like I don't know that we would put the counters on this. We're more likely to put the counters on the Walker or the Druid of the Cowl. But it lets us probe for information. So this is kind of like a probing bet in poker. And how they react tells us, like, if they just take the 4 damage, which they easily could have, they're at 20. It tells us that they have stuff in their hand that they think is going to grow their board and help them win the game. But that block means they think that they're behind and they should be trading, or that somehow they'll get ahead by trading. This doesn't take away abilities, right? Yeah, it just doesn't untap. That's fine. So here we can just crack away with Carnage Tyrant. If they flash in and trade 3 cards for it, we're happy. Based on the way they're playing, this could prompt a concession. Okay. I should have put that in the graveyard and I could have found them both back. But, you know, I guess it's better just to hold the finality at this point. Just in case. As in, like, absolutely we can't lose this game kind of card. Quasi-duplicate. Whoa. Water tapping. I guess they're thinking about discarding this last card to do it again. Jumpstart quasi-duplicate. Let's go. No. They're screwing their sneak. We're just going to put pressure on. Even if they do top deck a way to make this bigger than Finality range, it's not enough of a threat for us. Yeah, and them triple blocking or double blocking is... They would have to triple block if they want to trade, and that's fine with us. Oh, did I forget to play land? Not sure. Alright, they scoop it up. Good game, Odin. Shout out to a real one from the comments, if that's him. That is it for this one. So we have a 3-1 start. Hopefully this is going to translate into a 7-win run. I hope you've all been enjoying. This will be the last Green-Black series for a while, until maybe we go back to best of 3 with it. And I'll just continue to grind this off video when I have time to get gold, because I cannot think of a deck that performs better in best of 1 right now. And I think this configuration is very good for mirrors. It's very good against red deck. It's pretty good against blue and blue-red. Obviously, you can get blown out by them if they have, like, just have it all with dive downs and protection, or triple Arclight Phoenixes. Like, they can still beat you. But overall, it feels favored against the format. And I hope you're enjoying. And if you are, please remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a kind comment or a suggestion, or just interact with me with any way that lets me know you care. And leave a like if that is something that you're keen on doing. Thanks again, everyone, and we'll be back soon with the second part.